We are live, my friend.
Welcome to WagerTalk Today, the gold standard of sports betting shows. Do not adjust your monitor, ladies and gentlemen. I am Brian Powers, sitting in for both Andy Lang and Dan Alexander on this fine Wednesday, as we're going to be talking a little Major League Baseball and the WNBA coming up. I'll be joined by two of the very best handicappers over at WagerTalk.com. Drew Martin will be here to break down Phillies Reds and then Diamondbacks Padres. Just so happens, Drew, number one in MLB over the last 30 days at WagerTalk.com. Then Ski Profit will be dishing out a couple free WNBA winners. Wouldn't you know, Ski, number one in the WNBA over the last 30 days. But before we get to today's guests, I am going to give you a free play in Major League Baseball. I know that's the way Dan and Andy usually start the show, so no reason for me not to do the same. We're going to take a look at today's day game, the only day game. Blue Jays Giants, 3:45 Eastern start. Rubber match out in San Fran. These teams have split the first two games, guys, and I don't want to pick a side here, but I do like under 7. I know it's a low total, but I like the under because we've got two elite starters on the mound. Toronto's going with Dylan Cease. He's sub-3 in ERA, expected ERA, and FIP. His number of strikeouts per 9 innings, if you look at it, it's comparable to Jacob Misiorowski. I mean, that's elite right there. And then for San Fran, you got Logan Webb on the mound. Historically, we all know the deal here. He's been better at home than on the road. I get last time out, Webb allowed 7 runs, but it was in Colorado. Okay, there's a big difference when you look at park factor between Coors Field and San Francisco. Webb had allowed just 4 total runs in 6 starts before that last one. And then one final note, guys, that you're going to want to write down. Toronto, their lineup since June 14th, dead last in WRC+. So under 7 in Blue Jays Giants. That is a free play to get things started. Smash that like button if you agree. Now let's bring in our good friend, Drew Martin, here to talk a couple baseball games on the Wednesday docket. Drew, seeing things well, my man. How you doing?
BP, I'm doing good, buddy. Good to see you, sailing the ship here on
I know.
This Wednesday, man. Happy
hope
hump
we
day
don't get lost at sea. Yes, hope we don't get lost at sea, you and I. But no, you have been seeing it well, obviously, in Major League Baseball. We've got some games to talk about. Like I said, Phillies Reds and then D-backs Padres. What do you say we start with the Phillies and the Reds? And there's a bit of a question mark looming over this game, Drew, in the sense that we do not know who's starting for the Phillies. I'm going to go out on a limb and say whoever they go with is not as good as Chase Burns, who the Reds are going with. But how do you do this? We're kind of putting you in a tough spot here. I apologize. I didn't choose the game, Drew. But we're putting you in a tough spot here where one of the teams hasn't announced a starting pitcher. Talk to us how you would break this one down.
Yeah, BP. I mean, to tell you the truth, I come at this with the same approach that you do. I mean, no matter who they choose really from their list of possible starters, which to tell you the truth, I got to give a shout out to Fangraphs. When you ask how do I approach this, I go to Fangraphs and they have a probable starter sheet. Now, granted, it's not 100%, and there's other probable starter sheets out there. Fangraphs is the best one that I've found. I would say they're hitting it 70-ish%, which when you're looking at a probable starter with a big question mark, particularly on the day of the game, right? Like when you're not finding the starter for a team on the day of the game, that means it's a big question mark. Because if it's the day before, then they're still sorting through things. But the day of the game, that means they might just be tossing out, full bullpen game. So I say, Chase Burns, better than whoever they're going to throw out for the Phillies. I mean, the number 2 pick out of Wake Forest, 10-1 on the season, 9 straight decisions. He's getting the win in them, 2.4 ERA. Cincinnati's not necessarily a team I'm looking to bet on, BP. I mean, they are last in the NL Central Division. But with him on the hill, and I know record with starting pitchers isn't everything in baseball. This isn't my first rodeo, but when a guy's 10-1, things are starting to line up. So Cincinnati, low watermark, -135, -140 is out there. That's the way I would look in this one, BP, is the Big Red Machine at home in the Queen City.
All right. Drew says, who cares who's starting for the Phillies? Chase Burns is better. And we know the Phillies, Drew, score less on the road than they do at home. I concur, by the way, with your assessment of Fangraphs. It's funny whenever there's certain things like Randy Vasquez, Fangraphs profile. It always says you visited often because I'm always checking that ERA versus expected ERA over there. So a great resource. If you don't use it yourself already, you should. So there was some asked questions in the chat. I guess some people missed the free play. I'll just reiterate it right now. I like the under in Blue Jays Giants today's day game. I'll go back over that in a little bit when we're done with Drew. But Drew, we've got a game out in the NL West to talk about as well. Diamondbacks and Padres. It looked like we were heading for a slugfest last night. It was 4-1 after the first inning. And then we didn't get another run the rest of the game. It's not often you see that. So talk to us. How are you approaching today's game? This is the third game of the series. Arizona won 8-0 in the series opener on Monday.
This is an interesting one as well. Nightcap might get more tickets written here. Petco Park, beautiful there in Southern California. Problem is the Padres, in my opinion, aren't playing great baseball. And sure enough, the Diamondbacks have overtaken them there, second and third place, the old swap in the NL West division. Now, looking at the Diamondbacks, I mean, Cabrera, Jose Cabrera, I believe. I haven't seen him pitch much. He's a 24-year-old Dominican-born rookie. It's only his fourth start. Decent numbers overall. And I think he can manage, through the Padres lineup, which, let's face it, has not been all that great of shakes. You go full season, you go even the last month. I mean, middle of the pack is putting it nicely for the Padres, and their bullpen hasn't been all that great. We've known the Padres relief arms over the last couple years to come in and be one of the better bullpens. It really hasn't worked out this year. So I actually give the later inning edge to the Diamondbacks. Michael King, overall, he's had some ups and downs, particularly against the better lineups. Problem is the Diamondbacks haven't been hitting righties all that great. They're a lot better against lefties. Still at minus 145, this is not a best bet by any means, BP. But if you're needing something West Coast later, the late night special, the degenerate special, if you will, I would look towards the Diamondbacks catching a plus price here.
Yeah, you talked about San Diego's bullpen, Drew. We all know about Mason Miller, but it's crazy. Even with Miller, since June 1st, the Padres bullpen has allowed fourth most runs in all of baseball. Yeah. So, guys, Drew mentioned the Padres bullpen and how it has not been up to snuff. He's not lying. Drew, I was not lying when I mentioned that you have been seeing it quite well in Major League Baseball. Number one over the last 30 days. Even hotter as of late. Was it 12-2? Your last 14 I'm seeing here? Congrats. Yeah. Man. Talk about what you got going on, what you've been doing, and most importantly, what you've got going on today over at WagerTalk.com.
Sure, BP. Well, I appreciate the shout out, man. And yeah, I've just been seeing it well. The last 2 months, just grinding away. And when you get kind of organized and you get your process going and things start lining up, it's like a snowball in this business with sports betting. So some of the angles are starting to line up, and got one today we didn't break down here on the show, so you can check that out. And also got a couple circled for tomorrow and Friday I really like, and I know BP, you have some of those specials up as well, but that's probably the way to go, whether it be 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, or we got that great special. You get college football opening day, opening weekend as well, and the rest of Major League Baseball. So definitely something to check out there for sure, BP.
All right, Drew Martin, number one in Major League Baseball last 30 days. Go check him out. Drew, yes, no relation to Davis Martin, who's on the mound for the Chicago White Sox tonight and has pitched very well at home. I like the White Sox tonight, for the record, if anyone's interested in that. Talked about that with Zinno, your good buddy Mark Zinno, who I'm still holding it down with. Over on the Morning Wager. People can check that out if they'd like. Drew, it's awesome, man. Nice to talk to you. We'll do it again sometime.
Always a pleasure, man. Cash those tickets. Good seeing you, bud.
Cool. All right. Drew Martin. There we go. Apparently, some of you missed the free play that I gave out to start the program. I'll just reiterate it here again. We like the under in Blue Jays Giants. I talked about both starting pitchers. We like Dylan Cease for Toronto. His numbers are fantastic. And then for the Giants, Logan Webb, traditionally much better at home than on the road. And Toronto's dead last in WRC plus since June 14th overall. So there you go. Guys, it feels like something's missing in the air here on Wednesday. Not just Andy Lang and Dan Alexander. We are also missing. Oh, now that hurts a little bit here. Okay, I give a guy a shout out. You didn't have to rub salt in the wounds, Chris. Okay, I was gonna give you time. I was gonna message you and say, hey, throw that one graphic up that Drew was talking about. Now I'm just gonna do it spontaneously to see if you're paying attention. Anyway, if it seems like something's missing today, guys, the World Cup is off on Wednesday, but that doesn't mean you don't have to start handicapping the quarterfinal matchup, guys. The first quarterfinal is tomorrow, France and Morocco. And wouldn't you know, I happen to do a free play video right here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel, breaking that match down, France and Morocco. The key stat that you're going to want to know before betting on that match, check it out. It will be up by the time this show is over. At least that's what they tell me. If not, just click back. But probably a good time to remind you to hit that subscribe button. Then you'll probably know right when it is up. France and Morocco, I break it down for you in detail. All right, let's talk about some action that's going on today. However, let's bring it back to tonight's board. Ski Profit, man, the myth, the legend, when it comes to the WNBA, is here to join us. We got a doubleheader, Ski, to break down here. How's it going, man?
I can't complain. Things are going pretty well. I didn't lose yesterday, but it's been very few losers lately. I think I won 15 of my last 19. So usually when I lose, I win a few more. So it's time to win a few more today.
All right, let's do it. So I mentioned there's a doubleheader. Ski, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know a lot about the WNBA. It's the one sport that I don't bet, but I can, thankfully, read the standings. Okay, it's not hard to do. And I can see the Sun, as we're going to talk, Sun Lynx is our first WNBA breakdown. The Sun near the bottom of the standings, but they've been better as of late, I see. So how should we bet this game here?
Yeah, first of all, I want to say that I can appreciate somebody who acknowledges that they don't watch the WNBA and doesn't have 1,000 opinions on it. I can absolutely appreciate that. A lot of people out there think they know everything. But this game, what you said about Connecticut Sun, it makes sense. I mean, they've been so bad. They started the year without their point guard, and she's one of their best players. She didn't come back until, maybe like around 5 games ago, maybe a little bit more. So a combination of the team getting healthier, having their best players on the court, that's why you're seeing better results. And also, when a team is getting beat up so much early in the season, the market is going to start to put the numbers so higher, and then they get healthier. And, how do I say, the value becomes on them once they get healthy. Now, they just beat this Lynx team. This is a Lynx team off not only one loss, back-to-back losses. If you don't know, Cheryl Reeve is one of, if not the best coach in the WNBA, and her team covers somewhere around 60% after a loss. Now, back-to-back losses, she's going to absolutely have her team ready. The one thing that you don't like here, if you're a Lynx backer, is Olivia Miles is out, or not out, but she's questionable for tonight. And she's been a big part of their success. I mean, the Lynx lost a lot of pieces from their team. They have injuries, and she came in as a rookie, almost like Candace Parker-esque, Magic Johnson-esque, and, putting the team on her back. If she's not out there, it will be tough. But if she's ruled out, the number will keep going down. I mean, the opener was 10.5. We're at 6.5 now. If she's ruled out, you probably get a couple more points. And expecting the Lynx to pretty much just win after back-to-back losses, that's not too much of a tough ask for me. So I trust Cheryl Reeve. Courtney Williams has experience playing point guard. She did it all year last year before Olivia Miles came. I think that the Lynx bounce back big in this game, regardless if she plays or not.
All right. Bounce back spot for the Lynx is what Ski says in our first of 2 games. Ski, I understand you have a 5% play here.
Yes.
Wednesday. You want to tell the people about that here before we get into our second breakdown?
Yeah, well, things have been going pretty good in the WNBA. Been going good in basketball in general. I know 5% plays. I've won 7 in a row. I mean, you can look at WNBA specifically going back the last 365. I've won 11 out of 14. So I don't always have too many 5% plays, but when I've had them, especially in the W, they've been really good. So there's one that I really, really love for tonight. There's multiple angles. There's a 21-0 angle going back over 10 years, et cetera, et cetera. So everything is lining up to get us to the window tonight on that 5% play.
All right. Johnny Detroit checking in, reminding us all that you're 4-0 this season, WNBA 5%. So there we go. And we also had another question in the chat, Ski. Do you like the Sparks plus 6.5 against the Fever? Ski. Desperate question marks there. Well, guess what? At Brian Hatt, that's the second game we're going to break down today. So, Ski, do you like the Sparks plus 6.5 against the Fever here tonight?
It's tough to like the Sparks doing anything. I mean, you're missing Kelsey Plum and Cam Brink, mostly Kelsey Plum. I mean, she's really all of their offense. When she's not on the court, they really struggle in that regard. They had 8 days off prior to their last game. And, you can think about it being rusty or however you want to think about it. But if you have 8 days off and you've had your star player out, you like to think that they've worked on things to make them look better. It didn't look like they worked on anything. It didn't look like they can be better. So I just have a hard time trusting this Sparks team. I don't think it was rust. I just think that they won't look good until Kelsey Plum comes back. For the Fever, Caitlin Clark is probable. That'll be good for them. I don't like Aaliyah Boston being iffy or game time decision because she's a big presence, obviously offensively, but protecting the paint as well. And against the Sparks, like I just mentioned, they're a team who, without Kelsey Plum, is going to heavily rely on scoring in the paint. If Aaliyah Boston is not down there, that becomes a little bit easier for the Sparks. So this is a tough game. I think that I would like to know exactly who's playing. If Caitlin Clark does play, if Aaliyah Boston is rolled in, I think the Fever can name their number offensively. The Sparks defense has been absolutely terrible going back multiple seasons. If Caitlin Clark is rolled out, I think the Fever can win it more with defense. And it would probably be more of an under game. So if I have to make a play right now on this one, I think what I feel most confident about is the Sparks struggling to score. So I would look towards the Sparks team total under right now. And outside of that, I would wait on the injury report.
Okay. You kind of addressed Caitlin Clark and specifically with this game, what you think she will or won't mean to the handicap. But in general, how should people be looking to bet the Fever moving forward with Caitlin Clark and just the saga as a whole, if you want to address that?
Yeah, well, I mean, the Fever are a really good team. They've won every game so far without Caitlin Clark on the floor. What you're going to see from them is the offense is going to take a little bit of a hit, but the defense is going to get a big boost. It's no secret that she's not the best defender on the court. The defensive rating, I mean, the last time I looked at the numbers, the defensive rating was like 92 point something when she's off the court and like 108 when she's on there. So it's a huge difference. I think more under games, that kind of makes sense logically when she's off the court. So if she's on, they're going to play fast. They're not the best defensive team. When she's off, they'll play a little slower. They'll win with some defense.
All right. It's a little bit handicapping to look ahead there. With the Fever, Ski, you already mentioned your 5%. Anything else that you would like to share with the people that you've got going on today or moving forward for that matter?
Yeah, I mean, I did shout out my 5% play already today. I am number one, I believe, at WagerTalk. I think I'm about somewhere around plus 112 units so far in 2026. If you would like to hear about it, somewhere around, we'll call it 10:45 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we have that going. If you want some help with your handicap, if you want to, be spoon-fed some winners, 115 in my last 19. Like I said, 4-0 in WNBA 5% this season, 7-0 run on 5%. I have one loaded for tonight to help you get to the window.
All right. Keep seeing it well, Ski. And we will talk to you. We'll see you next week. Good luck with the 5%. See you on Profit Picks. Say hello to Rob Vino, my good friend, as well. All right. That's Ski. That's Drew. Gave you a bunch of free picks there. Guys, thank you for bearing with me here on the show. It is my understanding that Andy and Dan will be back tomorrow. I actually don't know if they will be. They just asked me to fill in today. After this, it's not my responsibility what they do. But I believe, Chris, maybe you could throw me a high sign or something. Are they going to be back tomorrow? Yes, I'm being told they will, in fact, be back tomorrow. No, I am not going to be on I can't do every show, for God's sake. You can check out the morning wager, though, if you'd like more of me. Mark Zeno and I giving out 3 free plays for Wednesday. We also, Mark had a World Cup future that he cared to share with the world. And you guys can check that out right here on the WagerTalk YouTube channel. Don't forget to both like and subscribe down below. It's very key. And comment down below. Let us know what your favorite bets are here on Wednesday. I'm going to take you home with one final note. I, too, have a 5% play up available, WT.buzz/BP. It is in Major League Baseball, where I am number one with totals this season, up 35 units. Disappointing loser yesterday with Colombia in the World Cup, but still an 84-56 all sports run. And I will reiterate, number one with MLB totals this season. I bring that up because tonight's rare 5% play in Major League Baseball is on a total. So check that out. WT.buzz/BP. All right. Again, I need to us actually a little bit. There you go. Who would have known? All right. That's going to do it for me. Hope you enjoyed the show, everybody. I enjoyed hosting. Until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's cash some tickets.